Welcome back, players, to another Looking Fat game review. This channel focuses on the feel, action, and thrills of gaming from the player's perspective. Today, we're diving into the ultimate survival sandbox, DayZ. This game, developed by Bohemia Interactive and inspired by Dean Hall's original Arma 2 mod, has carved out a legacy for its brutal player-driven gameplay. Now, I'll be honest, DayZ isn't perfect. It's notorious for its steep learning curve, clunky controls, and the occasional hilarious bug. But stick with it and you'll discover one of the most rewarding survival games out there. Let's break it down. DayZ drops you into the sprawling post-apocalyptic wasteland with nothing but a pear and your will to survive. From the moment you spawn, the game makes one thing clear: survival isn't guaranteed. You'll scavenge for food, weapons, and supplies while dodging zombies, and more importantly, other players who might be friend or foe. My first few hours in DayZ were a comedy of errors. I got sick after stepping in a puddle, ate a human steak, and finally got beat to death with a can of beans. Frustrating? Absolutely. But every failure taught me something, and soon enough, I was learning the ropes. That's DayZ's brilliance. It makes you earn every bit of progress, but it can be harsh for newcomers. Clunky controls and little guidance can make the early hours feel overwhelming, and the game's infamous tree-lined ghillie campers don't help. Still, pushing through those struggles makes survival feel incredibly rewarding. One of DayZ's standout features is its unscripted, player-driven chaos. No 2 days are the same, and every encounter is a story waiting to happen. I'm going to share with you a story. I was running down a dirt road one day, and I stumbled across Big Chungus. Seemed like a chill dude. He was bleeding and needed some food, so I patched him up and I gave him one of my cans of beans. And we ran together for a little while, scavenging supplies, making some campfires, surviving zombie attacks. But as soon as we found a decent gun, shot me in the back and took it all. Lesson learned: trust is a rare currency in DayZ. The gameplay revolves around constant decision making. Do you risk venturing into a zombie-infested city for supplies? Do you trust strangers offering food? Do you conserve ammo or take the shot at a distant player who might be a threat? The tension is relentless, but it's what makes the game shine. Now, I won't lie. Most players definitely lean more towards the take the shot at a distant player because everyone's a threat. But you will have these moments where you talk to friendly players, and that, for me, is like the most standout part and what keeps me coming back to DayZ. Of course, the survival mechanics are brutal. Hunger and sickness mechanics can sometimes feel overly punishing, and RNG can make finding crucial supplies a grind. But this intensity is what makes every triumph feel earned. If you can survive in DayZ, you can survive anything. The setting of DayZ is hauntingly beautiful maps. Cherenus, the original, offers abandoned towns, rolling hills, and big cities. Livonia leans more on the countryside, focusing on outdoor survival. And the new map, Skull, is a frozen wasteland waiting to consume you with a slew of hypothermia. Each map has its own challenges and advantages, but the commonality between them is the brutality. Every part of the map tells a story, from blood-smeared walls of an abandoned house to the crashed helicopters scattered all across the landscape. One of my favorite experiences was wandering the northwest airfield at sunset. The shadows stretched long across the tarmac and the silence was deafening, until I heard the faint growl of zombies in the distance, followed by gunshots in the middle of the night. Moments like these aren't just gameplay. They're immersive storytelling. That said, the world isn't perfect. Occasional glitches can completely break immersion, but even with its flaws, DayZ delivers a world that feels alive and dangerous, where every decision has weight. If you're brand new to DayZ, choosing the right server can make or break your experience. I recommend starting on a server that offers PvE gameplay with PvP zones and traders. These servers let you get familiar with the game's survival mechanics and how to handle zombies without the constant threat of hostile players waiting to take your head off with a Mosin from 1,000 meters away. It's a great way to learn how to gather supplies, manage resources, and survive the zombies before jumping into the deep end. Once you've got the basics down and you're confident in handling the PvE elements, try more intense servers like Northman's or Loaded. These servers are highly competitive with a focus on PvP and advanced survival. It's where the game's chaos really comes alive and where the most unforgettable stories are told. That's it for today, players. Let me know your favorite DayZ stories or your go-to server in the comments below. Keep looking fat, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.